Hey gang, Jeff Reinhart here, coming to you from the home office. Video 2 this week. Talk about the Section 2 games in Week 2 of LL football. A couple of the 2s are playing some 1s this week, so looks like about 5 games here I'll try to touch on in this video. And don't forget, live blog this week. I'll be coming to you from the Wilson at Mannheim Central game. So take a look for that live blog Friday, 6:30, 6:45 range. So keep an eye out for that. Okay, other games in Section 2 this week. Here we go. First up, Garden Spot will be at Dover, a couple of 1-0 teams. Dover rolled Hanover, I want to say 49-6. That was an ugly score. So good start for Dover, which went to districts last year. Beat Garden Spot early in the season. And then Dover got pretty much housed by Mannheim Central. I think that was the 64-14 game. They will host Garden Spot. Good start for the Spartans. They're 1-0. Had the only shutout in Week 1 of any LA League team. They beat Twin Valley 35-0. Spartans only gave up 122 yards total. They were all on the ground. They gave up 0 through the air. So a good start defensively for the Spartans. Armbrust was great, 7 for 8, 3 touchdown passes, all to Connor Schlegel. Those guys shared my Player of the Week award. Snoop around the page here. You should see those interviews and photos. Good start for the Spartans, and now they'll go get a hot team in Dover on the road. We'll see if they can go to 2-0. I still think they're going to be major players in the race. And if they can go to 2-0 here and get more momentum, look out for Garden Spot. Okay, next up, Hershey at Elizabethtown. Bears 0-1. Rough opener here with Cedar Cliff last week. Lost 45-14. Knew coming in that the quarterback situation was kind of be up in the air a little bit. Daly and Beck and Cottle and Coach Cottle said last week that, you know, multiple kids would probably take snaps in the opener, and all 3 of them did. All 3 threw passes, and I think they had another kid throw a pass. So E-Town had 4 guys throw passes last week in Week 1. So we'll see if somebody emerges. I'm quite sure he wants to just kind of pick one kid and say it's your job, lead the team, but that has not happened yet. And I guess last week's game, kind of mercy rule kind of game, kind of got out of control. So I guess he was kind of putting some kids in there in varsity Friday Night Lights to see what they could do. So keep an eye on the quarterback situation at E-Town, and we'll see if somebody emerges there from that threesome. Hershey, good win in Week 1. They beat Milton Hershey in the Cocoa Bean Bowl. Nice backyard rivalry in that one. Hershey's kind of a perennial District 3 AAA playoff team. They were there last year. And they're usually pretty good. So they'll bring that 1-0 record and some momentum into E-Town. We'll see if the Bears can get on track here, pick a quarterback, and pick up some speed. Next up, Solanco at CD East. Solanco won this game last year at home. Mules gave up a bunch of points to Penn Manor last week, 49, as mentioned on the other video. Penn Manor had the most points of any team in Week 1. Solanco gave up a couple of special teams touchdowns. Joe Welk was outstanding. Unless I read the stat sheet wrong, and I looked at it like 8 times, he ran for 183 yards on 8 carries. Yikes. So a great start for Mr. Welk. I figured he'd be a handful, and he was against Penn Manor. So definite weapon for Solanco there. I know Tyler Stetson, his debut quarterback, I think he only had 2 completions for 5 yards. Not that Solanco's going to throw the ball a whole heck of a lot, but I think people are going to start to figure out that Joe Welk's coming. So tough trip here for Solanco. They got to go to CD East, which flattened Spring Grove last week, 54-6. George Chomp is the coach of CD East. Former NFL coach, former major college coach, former Harrisburg High coach. He left Harrisburg this offseason and ended up across town at CD East with the Panthers. He's got a really good quarterback named Eris Scott, and he's a dual threat kid. He'll pass for 100 and throw for 100, and he had a really good game against Spring Grove, so keep an eye out on him. Solanco will have its hands full with the quarterback this week. So see if Solanco can get back on track here and stop the Panthers. Solanco at CD East. Okay, last game, couple of Lebanon teams. Northern Lebanon. Vikings are 0-1. They were shut out in Week 1. That turned a few heads and raised a few eyebrows, I'm sure. 26-0 to Pine Grove. They go over to Lebanon, short bus trip, take on the Cedars, who are Here we go again. Last year they were 3-0 out of the gate. Played great, put up all kinds of gaudy numbers and crooked numbers, and were 3-0. So see if they have that kind of start again this season. They certainly played like it in week 1. Beat up on Cedar Crest 47-13. Alex Troutman, 17 for 21, 219 yards, 2 touchdowns. He was great. And then they put in Mark Piles, the sophomore. He was only 1 for 1 passing, but boy, oh boy, on the ground, he rushed for 97 yards and 3 touchdowns. So it looks like this, I hate to call it a platoon quarterback system, but both kids are playing, and both kids were great. So it looks like Northern Lebanon will have its hands full here with the Lebanon quarterback. So keep an eye on that. Keep an eye on that for sure. See if Northern Lebanon can pick it up here a little. Did not see that shutout coming in week 1, and I'm sure they did not either. Okay, that's video number 2. A couple more Section 2 teams in there. So, friendly reminder, I'll be at Mannheim Central, Wilson for the live blog, and I'll get you a post-game. Keep clicking around the page here. I have oodles of football things on. Week 1 stat packs are up, and I'll get you the Week 2 previews here soon, and all kinds of other stuff. So, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it much. And stay tuned for video 3. Enjoy the games this weekend. Thanks.